Today we're diving into a head-to-head comparison between two very closely matched smartphones, the Vivo S50 Pro Mini and the Vivo S50, both released in December 2025 and clearly aimed at users who want premium features without stepping too far outside familiar Vivo design language. On one side you have the S50 Pro Mini with a nano review score of 90 out of 100, and on the other the Vivo S50 with a solid 83 out of 100, and while they may look similar on paper, the experience they deliver can feel very different depending on what you value most in a phone. Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe and like the video, because comparisons like this really help you decide where your money is best spent. Both phones are tested here in the same 12GB RAM and 256GB storage configuration, so performance, value, and usability comparisons stay fair and realistic, especially when you're thinking about long-term daily use. Starting with the displays, both phones use AMOLED panels with a 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10+ support, DCI-P3 color, always on display, and DC dimming, which already puts them on equal footing in visual quality. The Vivo S50 Pro Mini comes in with a more compact 6.31-inch screen at 1260 by 2800 resolution and 461 ppi, while the Vivo S50 stretches things out to a larger 6.59-inch panel with a slightly different resolution and about 459 ppi. The Vivo S50 gives you roughly 9% more screen space, but both score an identical 94 for display quality, meaning brightness, color accuracy, and smoothness are excellent on both. In terms of design and build, Vivo clearly kept the same premium philosophy. Both phones use glass backs, metal frames, in-display fingerprint scanners, IP69 water resistance, and vapor chamber cooling. The S50 Pro Mini is shorter and narrower at around 150.8mm tall and 191 grams, making it easier to handle with one hand, while the Vivo S50 is taller and wider at 157.5mm and 197 grams. Thickness slightly favors the S50 at 7.49mm compared to 8.1mm on the Pro Mini, but overall both feel solid and flagship grade in the hand. Performance is where the gap really opens up. The Vivo S50 Pro Mini is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 built on a 3nm process, while the Vivo S50 uses the Snapdragon 8's Gen 3 on a 4nm process. Geekbench 6 shows a massive lead for the Pro Mini, with 3,029 points in single-core versus 2,046 on the S50, and 9,401 points in multi-core compared to 5,710. And 2,210 makes the difference even clearer, with the Pro Mini scoring about 2.98 million points, nearly double the 1.52 million points of the Vivo S50, which directly translates into smoother multitasking, faster app launches, and longer performance headroom. For gaming, the story stays consistent. The S50 Pro Mini scores 98 for gaming capability, while the Vivo S50 sits at 71. With the more powerful Adreno 829 GPU, higher clocks, and stronger CPU cores, the Pro Mini is far better suited for demanding modern games, higher frame rates, and sustained performance under load. Both devices still use LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.1 storage, so memory speed is excellent on both, but the chipset difference is the deciding factor here. Battery life is surprisingly close. Both phones pack a large 6,500 mAh silicon-carbon battery with 90W wired charging, 40W wireless charging, reverse charging, and nearly identical charging speeds that get you to about 48% in 30 minutes and full charge in just under an hour. The Vivo S50 slightly edges out the Pro Mini in battery score at 93 versus 92, but in real-world terms, both should comfortably last a full heavy-use day with ease. Camera hardware is also very similar across the two. Both phones feature a 50-megapixel main camera using the Sony IMX921 sensor, a 50-megapixel telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom, and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera, along with 4K video recording up to 60 frames per second. Camera scores sit at 81 for the S50 Pro Mini and 80 for the Vivo S50, showing that image and video quality are nearly identical, with only minor differences in lens apertures and ultra-wide sensors. On the connectivity side, both devices support dual SIM, 5G, Bluetooth 5.4, NFC, infrared, stereo speakers, and USB Type-C, but the S50 Pro Mini takes a clear lead with Wi-Fi 7 support, while the Vivo S50 tops out at Wi-Fi 6. For users who want the latest wireless standards and future-proof networking, that's a meaningful advantage for the Pro Mini. When it comes to value for money, the picture changes again. Based on the listed average prices in PKR, the Vivo S50 comes in significantly cheaper and actually offers about a 9.7% better value index compared to the S50 Pro Mini. That means while the Pro Mini is clearly more powerful and more advanced, it may not be worth paying the extra amount if your usage is balanced and you don't need top-tier gaming or benchmark dominance. So in the end, the Vivo S50 Pro Mini is the clear choice for tech enthusiasts who want maximum performance, Wi-Fi 7, and flagship-level power in a compact body, while the Vivo S50 makes more sense for users focused on value, a larger display, and excellent everyday performance at a lower price. If this breakdown helped you decide, don't forget to subscribe and like, because more detailed comparisons are coming your way.